Step aside the legacy of Switch, one of the most talented and underrated R&B soul groups of the late 1970s and 80s. On this episode of Hollywood Insiders, we spotlight the rise of the Motown Gordy sensation, featuring members like Bobby DeBarge and Gregory Williams. The chart-popping hits like There Will Never Be and I Call Your Name. The dramatic behind-the-scenes reality of fame. Don't forget to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell for more untold stories, music history, and inside deep to memories back down memory lane. Step inside the legacy of Switch, one of the most talented and underrated R&B/soul groups of the late 1970s and 80s. On this episode of Hollywood Insiders, we spotlight the rise of the Motown/Gordy sensation, featuring members like Bobby DeBarge and Gregory Williams. The chart-topping hits There'll Never Be a Better Day and I Call Your Name, and the dramatic behind-the-scenes reality of fame. Don't forget to share and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you will know when we are doing an upload. And for more untold musical history and insiders dive into the groups like Switch and back down memory lane. The story of Switch is a powerful tale of musical brilliance, family harmony, and the immense burden of Southern fame. Formed in 1974 by Gregory Williams, the multi-talented R&B/funk group broke traditional boundaries because every single member was a multiple instrumentalist who could sing lead. This unique dynamic allowed them to consistently switch instrument and vocal arrangements on stage, giving the band the iconic name Switch. The early struggles in Motown breakdown. Before finding their footing, the group created it under various names like White Heat and Hot Ice, even cutting a failed album produced by Barry White. Their luck changed when Jermaine Jackson discovered them, helping the band secure a life-changing contract with Motown's Gordy's imprint. Chart-topping hits and DeBarge blueprint. One signed to Motown, which became an instant sensation in the 1970s, bagged by the soaring angelic falsettos of Bobby DeBarge and the soulful vocals of Philip Graham, brother of James Ingram. So that's Philip Ingram, brother of James Ingram. They dominated the R&B charts. There will be 1978, their breakout smash single that reached the Billboard R&B Top 10. I Call Your Name, 1979, a timeless slow jam, a masterpiece written by Bobby DeBarge and Gregory Williams. The family legacy. The massive success of Bobby and Tommy DeBarge, which directly laid the groundwork and served as a blueprint for their younger sibling to form the legendary 1980s pop R&B group DeBarge. Behind the scenes, despite their immense creative chemistry, the group began unraveling under the pressure of the music industry. Deep-seated personal struggles, ego crashes, and worsening substance and abuse issues, particularly surrounding Bobby and Tommy DeBarge, fractured the group dynamics. By 1981, after releasing Switch vs. DeBarge brothers officially left the group to manage and perform with their siblings' band. Though founder Gregory Williams tried to keep the band alive with new lineups, Switch ultimately disbanded in 1986. I hate that because this was really a wonderful group and they put out really nice music. I remember being a big fan of some of their hits, especially There Will Never Be a Better Day. Tragedy and lasting legacy. The years following the breakup were marked by profound tragedies for its lead singers. Bobby DeBarge, plagued by legal troubles and a severe addiction of heroin and cocaine. Bobby was convicted of drug trafficking in 1988. Tragically, he contracted HIV and passed away from AIDS complications on August 16, 1995, at just 39 years old. Tommy DeBarge suffered from a lifelong health battle and died of kidney and liver failure on October 21st, 2021. Eddie Fullin, band's longtime keyboardist and trombone player, passed away recently on April 14, 2025. Despite the heartbreak, the musical legacy of Swift remain completely untarnished. Their catalog has been heavily sampled and kept alive by modern icons like Erykah Badu, whoever that is, Yasso, and Rich Boy. Today, surviving original members like Gregory Williams and Philip Ingram still occasionally reunite to reform, ensuring the pioneer spirit of Switch continues to shine. The pre-Motown eras, White Heat and Hot Ice, before becoming Switch, the band foundational member Gregory Williams, Bobby DeBarge, and Jody Sims were playing in a Phoenix, Arizona group called the TNT Flashers. The Barry White Connection. Legendary maestro Barry White discovered them, took them under his wing, and relocated them to Los Angeles. He renamed the White Heat and produced the self-entitled debut album on RCA's in 1975. The financial split due to sudden budget constraint. Barry White had to cut ties with the band. Undetermined, morphed into a group called Hot Ice and released a brief, lesser-known album on Polydon in 1977 before completely rebanding. Mentorship by Motown royalty. When Jermaine Jackson discovered the newly minted Switch and brought them to Motown. They wasn't just songs. They was put into an intense artistic incubation of Bay Brothers and Barry Gordy. Motown founder Barry Gordy, producer Jeffrey Bowen, known as the Bay Brothers, and Jermaine Jackson actively mentored the group in the studio. Gordy wanted to mold them with the same individual star power strategy he used for the Jackson 5. Self-contained producers. This hands-on training allowed Gregory Williams and Bobby DeBarge to quickly take the reins. They ended up writing, arranging, and producing the vast majority of Switch classic multiple platinum catalog themselves. The Forgotten Era, a Total Experience record, 1984. Most fans assume that the story of Switch ended when Bobby and Tommy DeBarge left the group in 1981 to support their siblings' rising band, DeBarge. However, Switch actually entered a fascinating second chapter. The new lineup, founder Gregory Williams and drummer Smith, fresh talent, including vocalists Bernard Gatto and Gonzalez Olsen and Phil Upchurch Jr. The label shift. They left Motown and signed with a Total Experience record, which was the powerhouse of their legendary funk contemporary, the Gap Band. Under this label, they released their final collaborative 1984 album, Am I Still Your Boyfriend? While the title track gained underground traction in clubs, the album struggled commercially, leading to the group's official mid-80s disbandment. The 2000 arrival in current status. The current members eventually pulled the band out of hiatus, launching a highly respected third act. The 2003 reunion, Gregory Williams reconnected with the original singers, Philip Ingram, who had left in 1981 for a solo career, and a long-time keyboardist, Cliff. They recorded the original session guitarist Michael McGlory and a powerful lead vocalist to cover Bobby DeBarge falsetto's parts. New music, providing they wasn't just a nostalgic act. The revived lineup released a well-received modern soul single list, I Love You More, in 2019. Autobiograph success. Williams documented the entire roller coaster journey in his explosive self-published autobiography, DeBarge, Motown, and Me. The book became an underground smash, selling over 100,000 copies and prompting Williams to begin a writing sequel. The story of Switch is a powerful reminder of how quickly the bright lights of fame can burn out the brightest stars. But even though the original lineup fractured under immense pressure, the music they created remains completely timeless. From pioneering the multiple instrumental stage show to laying the groundwork for the entire DeBarge family dynasty, Switch earned their permanent crown in R&B history. But now I want to hear from you. What is your absolute favorite Switch track? Is it the soaring falsettos of I Call Your Name, or the smooth groove of There'll Never Be? Drop your favorite memories of the group in the comments below. I'll read and reply to many as I can. If you love this deep dive into musical history, make sure you smash the button, subscribe to Hollywood Insiders, and turn on that notification so that you never miss another untold story from the industry. Again, this is Hollywood Insiders, and I'm your host, John Shab. Again, we thank you for watching.